An RT crew has been detained in the United States as they filmed a rally near a military training academy dubbed by critics the School of Assassins. A cameraman and a correspondent have been taken into custody in the state of Georgia along with a number of activists. Let's get the latest on this developing story tonight. Cross to RT's Gani Chichikanch following it for us in Washington. Hi there, Gani. What more do we know about what's happened then to our colleagues so far tonight?
Well, Kevin, we had the chance to talk to Kayleen, one of our correspondents. She and one of our cameramen, John Conway, are now in jail in Columbus, Georgia. They were covering an annual demonstration outside Fort Benning, which hosts a training center for Latin American soldiers and policemen. Every year, thousands of people gather at the gates of that institution with demands to shut it down. Among its graduates are many of the continent's most notorious torturers, mass murderers, dictators, and state terrorists. Some call Fort Benning America's terrorist training camp. Kayleen, our correspondent, said there was no disobedience to the police on their part. They stayed away from the gates as they were asked to, but what followed this, by all standards, nonviolent rally were dozens of arrests. Even one 90-year-old priest was arrested. RT America crew were arrested as they were doing their job, trying to capture on camera the whole event, including the arrest. They are now in jail for that. It's not quite clear right now. They could be charged with disobedience to the police or federal trespassing. Also needs to be mentioned that both of them were American citizens.
Now, the academy, as I mentioned just now, has become notorious for some of its graduates. It's been dubbed the School of Assassins. Paint some more flesh on the bones why that is.
Well, yeah, Kevin, RT has been covering this growing public outrage with what's going on at Fort Benning and its training camp for Latin American military and law enforcement officers. They've trained around 60,000 of them. Many of them have returned to their countries and committed human rights abuses, torture, extrajudicial execution, and massacres. In 1993, for example, the United Nations Truth Commission on El Salvador named the army officers who had committed the worst atrocities of the Civil War there. 2/3 of them had been trained at the School of the Americas at Fort Benning. And in Chile, the school's graduates ran both Augusto Pinochet's secret police and some of his main prisons, which are often referred to as concentration camps. And also generals who led the military coup in Honduras in 2008 just recently were trained at the School of the Americas, which is now called the Western Hemisphere Institute for Security Cooperation. The name changed, but the practices there remained. Kayleen Ford, our reporter, was covering all this and the rally outside Fort Benning, where the training center is located. I'll keep you posted on our cruise situation there as we get more information from them. Hopefully they will let them go, and Kayleen will have the chance to tell us the story behind this rally. Yeah,
closely following it. Our best wishes to them as well. Thanks for bringing us up to date. Gani Chichikan reporting and bringing us up to date there on this developing story from Washington, D.C.